Hi, this is Chris of Phoenix Chilli, and today we're going to be planting garlic. Okay, so garlic. Everybody loves garlic. Everybody knows it can be used for remedies such as athlete's foot. This can also be used for psychological problems as well, believe it or not. We're going to plant this in autumn, as this gives the garlic time to send a nice root system down before the frosts and the hard frosts take place. Garlic normally takes about 9 months to grow, needs about 6 hours light a day, and let's break this one open. Let's have a look inside, because what we should be planting are the bigger cloves. This is actually a soft neck garlic. This is probably the more common one you'd find in the supermarkets, and we want to really be planting the bigger cloves. I mean, I'd say that's one of the bigger cloves out of this bulb, as compared to one of the smaller ones, which I'll be using in the kitchen. So with the garlic clove, if you can see, we've got a flat end and we've got a pointy end. Okay, when we plant this, we're going to plant it downwards like this. This is where the roots are going to come from, and this point here is where the foliage is going to grow up from. Now, garlic is really easy to grow. As I say, I'm only going to plant the larger bulbs. We're going to need to put it in some good soil. We're going to need to plant it of a depth of about double the length of the actual garlic clove itself. Most seed producers and cultivators who sell these, they tell you to plant them between 6 to 8 inches apart, which I don't entirely agree with. The reason I put these in about 12 inches apart is so that once the root system comes down, you don't want them too close to the other garlics. If you're doing them in a line, you might want to just do a single one in a pot, but the roots, if they start mingling with the other root systems of the other garlics, you're going to reduce the size of your garlic bulb. Okay, so let's just put these in. What are you doing? Sorry about that. Got some background noise there. Okay. Now, one last thing before we go on any further. I just want to tell you about protecting the garlic through the winter. So what we can do, we can mulch over the top of the soil, and this helps to stop the light getting to the top of the soil, and which also in turn stops any more weeds growing. It also helps retain the nutrients in the ground, and when the hard rains come in the winter, it stops it washing all the nutrients out of the ground. And the other thing that it stops doing by mulching is it stops the garlic bulbs from heaving. Now, what heaving is if you can imagine that the ground is going to freeze and then it's going to thaw. It's going to freeze, it's going to thaw, and what this will do, it will gradually push the bulb and heave it up out of the ground. So this is also a good protection for heaving as well. So make sure you always mulch over your garlics. Okay, Alright, let's go to the pots. Okay, so in this pot I'm going to put this one down the side because I want to keep it about a foot apart. Bear in mind, you want to keep the root system part down. This is the pointed end, that's the root end, that goes down into the pot. Push it down and just cover lightly with soil, and that's basically all there is to planting garlics. Now, as I said, it takes about 9 months to grow a garlic bulb. You will know when it's ready to harvest as half of the stem leaves have turned to yellow. But be careful when you're getting them out of the ground. What you ideally want to do is get a fork underneath, or get your hands down for it and prise them up. Try not to pull the stems because this can damage the garlic bulb, and you need to cure the garlic bulbs once they've come out. They need to be hung and dried, or however you're going to cure them. Garlic. I like garlic. It's like very potent. It's quite strong. It's almost like a burn in there. Very fragrant. Now, this is actually a soft-necked garlic. As I said before, it's what's pretty common in the supermarket. If you want that really pungent garlic taste, then go for the hard-neck garlics if you're going to grow them. You don't get as many cloves in a bulb. They're a little bit smaller, but they are a lot more fragrant, a lot more pungent. The other variety is the elephant garlic. I mean, really, this bulb, this whole bulb is probably the size of one of the cloves. They're not as, I mean, if you want that really strong pungent taste of garlic, you're not going to get it with the elephant garlic because it grows so big. It's more like a how can I put it? It's more like an onion with an underlying garlic taste. That's the elephant garlic. Give them a go. I'm sure it'll be really nice to try. But there are hundreds of different types of garlics. Let me know in the comments if you're growing any garlics over the winter months and into next year. I'll be interested to hear what you're growing.